ducks, you stay dry. It's just rained just a smidge. And we woke up to this cloudy, dreary mess out there today. But it's not too cold. It's 41. Hey, Donnie. I want you to know that Saturday night's temperature currently in WeatherBug now says 15.
That's really cold.
It was 17 last night when I was complaining about it.
Lowered it. Wow.
Right. Well, the only reason I care is the cats.
Right.
It's the only reason I care.
Yeah.
We're not, Saturday night is 15, but Saturday during the day is 30. We're not going to get above freezing.
Yeah.
We have 4 days or less of winter where we don't get above freezing. And sometimes they're back to back, and that's a concern for burst pipes and stuff.
Sure.
Not too many days we don't rebound above freezing. So I'm not happy about that either.
Right. Yeah.
But you were just telling me that not only did they ask them where they were having rolling blackouts in Canada not to charge their cars, but they also asked what?
Unplug the block heaters.
So
all you ICE car owners got to do your part for the grid. Go unplug your truck, and then you start that big 450 diesel tomorrow morning when it's minus 20. You were supposed to go out and unplug the block heater.
Yeah, we're just making it funny out of it. But, of course, it's not really funny that they had rolling blackouts where?
Alberta, Canada.
Well, rolling blackouts are
Calgary.
Right. Well, rolling blackouts probably means 30 minutes or an hour, and it's not mean you're
no. Everybody
right
was supposed to pull block heaters, don't charge cars, don't use major appliances, don't use
right, don't dry your clothes.
You cook only with the microwave, turn off all non-essential electric devices. You know, basically you keep your heat on and maybe a light. That was what they wanted people to do.
Right.
And they're hoping that was going to help to avoid the blackouts, but they thinking they were going to have to do rolling blackouts. I haven't seen the article that said what they actually ended up doing.
Right. Well, I mean, I think you and I think our agreement that having to lose your power for 30 minutes to an hour beats it just goes out and it doesn't come on while it's cold.
Right.
You know, the house will cool down 5, 10, 15 degrees, but when you get your power back, it'll warm back up. So my suggestion would be if your power company asks you to conserve energy, that you listen.
Yeah, well, I remember one time I flew into, back in my travel days, I flew into Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and went to the Hertz counter, and I got a Hertz rental car, and I walked out in the park. It was cold.
That was USDA?
It was a big bank.
Okay.
You know, one of those big banks that moved from New York to South Dakota because of the banking laws in South Dakota says you could charge any amount of interest you want. You all know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name them. Anyway, so I opened up the trunk to put my suitcase in, and there's an extension cord in the trunk. I said, God, somebody's going to steal that. You know, that's a nice extension cord. And so I just drive to the hotel, and as I pulled into the parking space, I realized what the extension cord was for. You know, at the drive-in movie theaters, they have these poles, you know, out there with the speakers.
Right.
Well, in some places, they have these poles that have AC outlets in it, so you can plug your block heater in at night. And the extension cord was in case you were one of those guys that was a little further away, you could plug the car in.
Wow. I've never, even living in New Jersey, I never experienced that.
Yeah.
It's a little colder, more cold snaps in New Jersey, but not appreciably colder than here. But
right. Well, when I did get in, I got into the front desk. I said, so when do you plug them in? He said, oh, no, it's no problem. Tonight it's only going to be 18 or something like that. That's fine. You don't have to worry about it. I guess once it gets below 0 or something like that, it's probably smart to plug them in.
Yeah, well, for you guys in the country that are cold, we are monitoring. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. And don't send it this way.
Please, God, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you know, with the mask requests, mandates, whatever, there were some people that complied and did what they were asked to do, and they wore their mask. Well, and others were, I'm not wearing it, I don't have to wear it, my government shouldn't tell me to wear it, there's no way I'm wearing it, right? There was camps on both sides of the extremes, and then there was the people that was in the middle. Well, I'll wear it most of the time, but every once in a while I don't feel like wearing it. I'll make up my own mind. There were some in the middle people. Well, it's the same thing. As soon as a power company, Duke around here, says you need to conserve power so we don't have a blackout or we don't have problems, help us manage the grid, there are the initial, I'm not turning off my, you know, I'm gonna cook my dinner and dry my clothes and heat my house to 76 degrees when it's 10 degrees out. No, you know, so it's like, yeah, I highly recommend when asked to assist to postpone doing things during the window that they're looking for help. That's just the right thing to do. Besides, you could be left out in the cold. I hope everyone is taking a minute to remember Martin Luther King Jr. and his contributions. And if you're fortunate enough to enjoy the day off, enjoy it. Johnny does not have class today, of course. And although Don intends to do some work, it will be at his discretion and length of time, and unless all of his coworkers have the same idea and decide to work when they think it's quiet and nobody's around, and then they start needing each other. We'll see. Just bringing over another water bowl full of the sweet gum balls. Those were all behind the house again. More that have come down. I hadn't really made much progress along the side over here. Of course, I don't walk on the side over here, so it's not as big a deal. Hi! Uh-oh. Yeah, you should be aware that Tux is right there. Maybe I'll do one more bowl. Although, like I said, all of that came from over there again, and I already had all of that all clean. Good morning, Panther. I've actually already been out to see him one time because Stripe came up the stairs while Panther was over here at the stairs, and they got pretty mouthy with each other. If you think Panther doesn't care about these other cats on his porch, you would be wrong. So there is a small chance of snow in the forecast on Friday. We could see a flake out here. I guess I would enjoy it, but what's happening the last few times we've had flakes is the temperatures have really dropped. So, you know, it's all about the timing here. It's such a delicate timing of the right amount of moisture and the right amount of cold. We'll see. You wouldn't believe it, but one year around 2000, it's really been that long ago now, we woke up to 21 inches. This was at my other house. Don was traveling. He always travels when we have really bad weather, so maybe I should send him somewhere and we can get some snow. Send him to Florida to visit family, and maybe it'll snow here. Yeah, that was something else, the 21 inches in 2000. You know, we couldn't go anywhere for over 7 days. It took that long for a snowplow to come down our street, and they didn't call for that either. We were going to get a trace. So, you know, I'm sure forecasting has improved since then, but I think the percentages Friday are 30%. So it's not super high yet. We'll see if it goes up or down. Usually they tease us, tell us we're going to get a little bit. We get nothing and life goes on. I was noticing that the average snowfall for RDU is now in the 5-inch range, or currently in the 5-inch range. It was in the 6-inch range, and that's because, you know, for the last 10 years, really, we haven't gotten much snow, and I guess, you know, it was a little over 6, now it's a little under 6. Good morning. You're always watching the door move open, huh? Hi. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Are you good? You good? Don said it was the right thing to do on Martin Luther King Jr. Day,
Yeah.
in particular to volunteer a little bit, and our volunteering is picking up trash.
Yeah, I agree. That's what
There's all these bags over here along the side of the bridge. It was so bad today we basically couldn't carry it all. So yeah, there's 4 bags sitting over there. One of them's full of recyclables, which we'll get to the recycle bin. We separate out the glass and the cans from the rest of the stuff. Based on Don's research, we're not too interested in recycling plastic, but we do want to pick it up and get it to the trash. So we're going to come back with the van and get that messy stuff that's down there by the bridge. And we're done because we were going to walk up to South Park, but there's so much and it took so long, we're done.
Yeah.
I got a big whiff of exhaust, I want you to know.
Where's my heated seat?
I know, that leather's cold, isn't it?
Cold on my little leg, tushies.
Well, this clearance plant I had picked up at Home Depot has definitely brought me a lot of joy. That hellebores had tons of blooms on it, and the winterberry and the little pine there, Alberta spruce, I think. It's just really been nice. So Don dropped me off at the neighborhood, not at the entrance to our neighborhood, but the entrance to the other little part of our neighborhood, and I picked up 52 bootlegger whiskey bottles, a few cans, and a little trash. But it was mostly those glass bottles we've picked up before. We picked them up today too. Don went and grabbed the trash, and then he came back over and grabbed me and picked up that bag because it had gotten so heavy I was just leaving it on the ground. We're done for today. Don wanted to eat something earlier than later today, so the clams and the scallops from the other day, and there's a piece of chicken we're splitting that's not quite warm enough yet. It's in the toaster. Well, we enjoyed that lunch. That was Don's idea. Yeah. It was one of those cheese stuffed chicken breasts. We just split it in half. So that really rounded that out nicely. We're going to have a steak and probably a fried egg. A chuck eye steak and a fried egg for dinner.
Yeah.
Whenever Don is going to go code, but he's going to go put tire shine on, and I'm going to come out and vacuum the floorboards.
Right, on Ruby.
There's my pretty car. It makes my heart warm that Tux's bench is dry and he's able to get over there in the sun for a couple hours. I am worried about the temps later this week for sure. Well, I've got some time to work on the castle. This is midnight. Big boy. Hi, bud. Yeah, you can't stay there. And I've already wiped off my counter, but that's okay. I love you. Since you're an inside boy, your feet aren't as dirty as somebody else's feet. Yeah, I'm going to work on the castle for a while. Don's in the other room working. I got the video done with Gray, and, yeah. Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah. Applying for Social Security.
Don skipped all that complicated stuff and didn't file in the year he became eligible to file.
My full retirement age was
Yeah, all those fancy terms. Yeah. I'm not stopping yet, but I've been in the other room pulling a lot of Lego. Sorting through things. Looking for more of these pink flowers, which are coming, but I could use some now. And looking for, somehow I have 12 left-sided brown wedges, but I don't have any right-sided ones. I don't know how that is. It's just been a hard day looking for parts. More than building, I've just been having to hunt and sort. But I've got these 2 nice bowls of leaves and greenery and such, and then I've got this bowl of lots of little pieces that could come in handy. So it's not all for naught, that's for sure. Well, I'm gonna stop for the night. I'm short a few doodads here and there, like there's more decoration that goes on this. There's the little beehive things up here. Like I said, I only had left wedges. I need the right wedges. At least all the things that I'm missing are easy to add on, and some of them will be here tomorrow in the order that I had placed with my favorite EMS bricks. So this chimney went up tonight. Like I said, this panel, the top here, and this side was done last night, but there's a lot more that was done on this side tonight. So there's where I'm going to stop.